some of my friends are really good players, like even better players than me. Like I got my businesses and whatnot on the map, and I'm doing all right for myself. But I know some guys that are, they're really good, unstoppable, that are my friends or whatever, but they skirt around me and I can't even touch them. And they got their own things, and I look up to them. But then there's like these ones on YouTube, some of them that I don't even know, but they're just hovering over the map with their um, planes and whatnot. You can't even touch them. Nobody even knows them, and they're like the abominable snowman of GTA 5. It's like what's this one guy look like? Level 9,000s and stuff. Um, there's a really good video where this one guy's like hovering around in a top level uh, jet or whatever, and the one guy comes after him. He's coming, and he finally gets him. Well, I don't know what was that guy's name on YouTube. I haven't watched him in a really long time. He was doing GTA 5 videos. Um, what was his name? GTA 5, and it must have been um Unstoppable or something. I don't know. I don't know what the thing was, but you get the concept. There's all different players in the game, and just like GTA 5, you gotta watch. 'Cause, in GTA 5, you talk crap to the wrong player, you're gonna be dealing with heck for the entirety of your time on the map. They'll keep killing you and over, and sometimes they just um like gank kill you or whatever, where they wait till you or spawn kill you. As soon as you spawn, killed. As soon as you spawn, killed. As soon as you spawn, killed. And then you have to leave the game. But in real life, you can't leave the game. So if you piss off one of those guys in real life because they have them, he's gonna sit there and just kind of like spawn kill you all day long. But we have the 5-star police, or we have the police too, just like GTA 5. So they even stop the boss. They'll 5-star the boss or whatever. Where they start sending the helicopters and the jets, tanks. I always knew that the police were the undefeatable force. You kind of know that if you're anybody that can think with your mind when you're a kid, you know that the police is sort of the undefeatable force. You know how these little street things and all that, with these little tattoos and shit, are one thing. But I never seen them as a real gang or anything anyway. I thought that was all just a joke. Like, kind of like, oh yeah, like the GD is just means growth and development. Like it's kind of like, oh, he started from the bottom, he GD'd his way up or whatever. It's not really any. It's kind of like an attitude you have while you're just working. Like, oh, I'm a GD. What's that mean? It's not really a bad gang or nothing. It just means, well, some people say, oh, what are you doing right now? And they're saying, well, I'm at work or whatever. That's basically what it is, but short form. Basically in the streets, like, oh, you grow up in a bad gang neighborhood and you're going to the store, or I mean, you're going to work and somebody's out coming after you, or who? What are you do? What are you? I'm GD, growth and development. That means what are they up to? Well, they're into growing and developing their life and whatever, getting to work, getting their money and all that. And when they say like, oh, I'm BDK and shit, that means they're Black Disciple and they're killing people. They're killing anybody that's a BD. And if they say they're GDK, that remain priority is just killing people that are GDs and things. They're killers, murderers. GDs are hard workers, like foremans and shit. And then you got, the killers that are jealous. Like anybody that's got the K on the last name, they've gotten so jealous of the other side or whatever that they've created this killer uh, abbreviation to add upon whatever gang they created or whatever. Grand Theft Auto V, which the gangs are it's them and any of their friends or whatever. That is their gang. Just a group of people, and a lot of them are running their gangs like clans now, online clans, like that Chief Keef's gang, that Glow gang. Or what's that thing in World of Warcraft called? Guilds? Yeah, I was more of a guild guy. I was That's one of the funnest times I had online with friends or whatever that you met online is guilds. I was part of a pretty good guild and we used to do some great raiding, bring home the loot. I was part of a WoW guild called the Usual Suspects, and there was also the Care Bears. I believe I was a part of, but unfortunately, I never got to raid with the Care Bears on Bleeding All Alone. But they were the number one rating, and they brought me in to be a part of their group. But maybe I just was. Everybody was, not just me, but I think everybody was sort of at a hiatus at that point. They had done their hardcore rating, but it was nice to be a part of it. And I seen their guild chat. And that's the Care Bears. They're really big. They were at the time on Usual Suspects. Maybe they are still. I mean, on Bleeding Hollow Horde. Usual Suspects was the one I were in. They were number three, I think, on the server at the time. So they weren't. So I ranked my way up from there to the first. But if I'm ever going to do that kind of stuff again with the guilds and whatnot, and the talking, it's all going to be on video. It's going to be so I would have to find a YouTube. See, because believe it or not, there's guilds that just hate video, don't want to be on it, blah blah blah, and those are usually the lower end ones. But if I could find a top of the top of the top guild, like where they're all for it, like they're gonna they're maximizing they're playing their position as a human, but they don't mind if it's recorded because they're not doing anything wrong. They're having fun and they're professional at what they do. There's no reason why they wouldn't want to be recorded. Usually people that don't want to be recorded have an anxiety issue, or they're hiding something, or they're hiding from someone because it's all edited and whatnot and all that anyway. So, and generally when you get on the computer, you should be trained to be a certain way anyway, where you're not being exposed. Like that means there's something going on. Like there was a friend I had that was something was going on with him, where he was doing very well, I would call it private things on the webcam that she shouldn't have been, and things like that, or sharing details like that. You gotta really watch that. Vin Diesel and Paul Walker played WoW together. Wow. I haven't thought of Paul in a really long time since he passed. It took 5.5 million lines of code to create WoW. The highest note, the highest noted World of Warcraft account trade was for 5,000 euros, or 5,000 pounds. Sorry, I think that's 5,000 pounds, 7,000 euros, $9,900 in the U.S. And that was in September '07. And it hasn't went up since then. I have a great account, and I've thought about selling it before, but I never get to the point of selling it. It's a lot of work to sell it, and I love my I love my account too much to even sell it. And the amount of time that I've spent on it, it would be so stupid because I like getting on and playing WoW, enjoying the graphics and all that every once in a while. I go on binges. Maybe I'll play for a whole month. Like the couple 6 months ago, I was big into it. 6 or 8 months ago, I was playing BGs, killing on the battlegrounds. Uh, I got my curved monitor. I was loving it. Playing as a demon hunter. And yeah, did arenas, battlegrounds. What else did I do? Mila Kunis. She had a serious WoW addiction. That's pretty hot though, to see a woman play such a game like WoW. She's so smart. She sits down just like a fat man or whatever and plays World of Warcraft, like how a fat man does.